G'day, hello and welcome to The Good Oil, where each week we'll take an object view at the world of sport with a bloke you all know as Australian sports flag bearer and a lady you'll come to know as sports social conscience. It's a wonderful time of the year to kick off, literally, with the AFL and NRL Grand Finals upon us, made even more special by Collingwood's presence. More on that in a moment. Drury, Rita, this is going to be fun.
Hopefully.
It's going to be ripping fun and almost as fun as the grand final with the Pies and St Kilda. Can't wait to see that game.
But first, it's hard to believe that it's 10 years since Cathy Freeman's lap of golden greatness at the Sydney Olympics. She still looks like she'd get around 400 metres in 49 seconds. You, on the other hand, have aged a bit, flag bearer.
No, well, aged a little, I suppose, but it was 10 years ago. And when we were up there in Sydney, what an occasion it was. And I think it was, although we were celebrating in Sydney, it was really Australia's games. And Sydney did a spectacular job. But to go up there to see all the volunteers in their old volunteer uniforms coming out and to see some of the stars that won medals for Australia, it was a fantastic thing to celebrate. And we do it once every 10 years. I reckon we should do it a lot more regularly.
Do we get enough out of it? Did we actually cash in on the Olympics as a nation?
I think so. There's tremendous legacy that you get from the Olympic Games in the facilities, but also in the statement we make to the rest of the world. And we announced ourselves as a very modern, sophisticated country capable of putting on what most people would agree is the greatest Olympic Games ever. So that's a fair tag, and I think speaks volumes of what we're capable of here in this great country.
We won 16 Olympic gold medals, Rita, in Sydney. How many athletes who won medals could you name? Oh. That's what I thought she'd say. Moving on, Collingwood is the hot favourite to win the AFL flag. Get out of my shot. And while the Black and White Army is bigger than any other in the country, it seems even those who have not a clue about Australian rules understand, if not share, the hatred of the carrying bush. Why?
You're saying I don't have a clue about Australian rules?
No, I'm saying a lot of people, well that is true, but a lot of people that don't care still understand this.
Well, there is this stereotype, and sometimes stereotypes are true, sometimes they're not, that your typical Collingwood fan is a thug, is feral, is unwashed, is likely...
Is that him?
Could look like him, could look like him, mine has a few more teeth, and... You know, they're likely to break into your car and steal your radio.
It's just jealousy. I'm not a Collingwood fan, but it's pure jealousy. They're a great club. They've had a wonderful, wonderful history of success. They've got great passion and enthusiasm.
In 50 years.
And you look at that fella there and just look at him. He's just, they might have the pie slipping out and the few spills on the shirt, but when you're at the footy, you want to see passion and commitment to your team, and really they personify it.
This whole myth about we're all jealous of Collingwood because they're so successful, that is a load of bollocks. They have won one premiership in more than 50 years.
No,
How is that the most successful club?
The history of the league goes beyond 50 years.
Oh, we really care about what was happening in the 1890s.
Enough, you two. I'll tell you for sure that $1.40 is too short, and a lot of people refuse to back Collingwood at that price. So why don't you do something clever with the Scanders BetStar? Have a little go at the Norm Smith medal. You can see Dane Swan the favourite. Didn't win the Brownlow. Will that fire him up at $5.50? Scott Pendlebury $8. Nick Revolt $10 if you think the Saints will win. Alan Didak. And the Collingwood defence. I know some of those prices are a bit large, principally because some of them probably won't play, but there's a chance for you to have a crack there. Now, we'll finish each week with the last word, and it's yours, Rita.
Oh, good. Oh, Brownlow. I want to talk about the Brownlow, and I want to talk about tacky Yankee tarts who come over here and get more media coverage than our greatest female athlete, Lauren Jackson. I think that's just an indictment on the press. That includes the Fairfax press.
Look at Bryn. She looks so buxom.
She's so confident in her own skin that she just likes to share it with everyone else.
Very true.
How does she get an invite to the Brownlow every year?
She was working. She was on the tools there, doing some jobs for the network, one of the major networks.
On the tools. That's the good oil for now, but fear not, you can join us again right here soon. Who wins the flag, guys? Who wins the flag?
St Kilda win by 9 points.
Oh, dear God. I'm going for Collingwood.
I reckon the Saints by just the one. That'll do. All the best, and bye for now.
You're going to rob 7-Elevens in that? Look at that.
Good on you, matey.